Hey guys, my name is Joy and I'm here with a video. Now, I also have another YouTube channel known as J Naturals where I document my naturally hair journey from relaxed to natural. But this page is going to be solely based on my diagnosis of schizophrenia. Now, this is a very sensitive topic for me to talk about because I've been through a lot of different things since I was first diagnosed with it in 2012, and I just feel it's time and it's necessary for me to share with you guys my story. Not only that, but just to hear from you guys as well to get a better understanding of what other people have gone through and how they have gone through it and how they coped with it and what helped them along their journey as well. So I just want to put out there, like, you know, saying that you're not the only one that's going through it, and vice versa, that I'm not the only one that's going through it. And also, there's like a huge stigma on mental illness and mental health regarding anything like medication or withdrawal effects or weight gain or anything that might not be like the happy side of being diagnosed with a mental illness. But overall, I think knowing that there's a community out there to help people who have gone through it, and it also helps the family members and the support system to have a better understanding of what people with mental illness go through. So I just want to put that out there. And also, another reason why I'm doing this YouTube channel is because, actually, matter of fact, I'm going to take off my glasses because I think you can probably see me a little bit better without them, with the reflection going in my eyes or anything like that. But another reason why I decided to do a YouTube channel on mental illness or mental health is because I created a podcast back in June or July of last year. And I use SoundCloud, and I noticed that you have a certain amount of hours that you can upload your podcast. So I'm kind of running a little bit low on my podcast. So I figured, let me just use YouTube so that I can have more space and more time that I can talk and share with you the things that I have gone through on my journey with mental illness and how schizophrenia has changed my life completely. So one of the podcasts that I spoke about is called Ways to Stay Motivated. So I know that lack of motivation is one of the reasons why, is one of the side effects of or symptoms of schizophrenia. And sometimes I have slept for a very long time in just a single period of a day. And at times I might not have understood why I was sleeping for so long, but now that I have a better understanding that that's one of the effects of having schizophrenia. Now I'm a little bit more, I understand it now, but at the same time, it doesn't feel good. Sometimes you just feel like you're wasting so much time, and you want to do something about it. And sometimes you may not understand why, you're not motivated. But I mean, it happens to practically all of us. Sometimes we're not going to be on 10 100% of the time. So not being motivated is something that, it can be normal, but at the same time, you want to work through it. And I just display certain ways on how to stay motivated. Another thing that I spoke about is school accommodations. And basically, I just speak about the different accommodations that I had while in college and how it helped me to pass my classes, and it allowed me to graduate ultimately. So I talk about that as well in my podcast. I speak about another video on, and the reason why I'm looking over is because I have some things written down there so that I can keep track of what I'm saying. So Unrest is a film on Netflix, and it's about a woman who was diagnosed with a certain disease, and it kind of caused her motor skills to be impaired, or I don't know what, I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically, long story short, she was diagnosed with the disease and she didn't know anything about it. So what she did was she started recording her experience with the disease, and it allowed her to meet new people around the world, and it brought awareness to what she was going through as well as what other people are going through, so that they could receive the help that they need. Now, I could relate, and it changed the entire course of her life, because one minute she's traveling the world, she's married, and then this completely new thing just happened to her, and it completely changed her entire life. And the reason why I speak about that that Netflix video is because I could relate to what she went through. Like, you're a college student, you're traveling, you're making friends, then all of a sudden this thing just like bam, it just hits you, and you just completely stop in your tracks, and you're like, oh my goodness, how do I overcome this? I don't know what to do. And you ask questions and you find answers, and it just leads you to a whole new place that you probably never even imagined that you would be in. And finally, another thing that I speak about in my podcast is about inner beauty and nutrition. And what I'm learning about that is that it is very important to tend to your sorry. It is very important to tend to your physical beauty as well as your inner beauty and your insides for healing and for health. It's very important to know what kind of foods to eat, what not to eat, because certain food has a way of affecting you mentally. And it's like when you eat certain things that are processed or that is not healthy, it has an effect on your mood. And you don't realize it because we've been eating this way for years, but you know, it's not normal having a disease, because a disease is not something that's normal, and you need something to help you to combat those things. So ideally, eating a healthy or having a healthy eating lifestyle is really important. And also self-care is very important, because when you look good, you feel good, as someone would always tell me. When you look good, you feel good. So those are just some of the things that I talk about in my podcast. And I have a few other podcasts as well, but I'm gonna try to upload those audios onto YouTube, so that you guys can get a better understanding of where I'm coming from and my story and things that I'm learning and want to share with you guys. So I'm creating this so that not only can I be kept accountable, but I just also want to share my experience with you guys, so that we can ultimately help each other and spread the word that mental illness is not anything to be afraid of, but it's also there to help everyone who has a mental illness, so that we can spread awareness for it and breaking down the stigma. And so that's pretty much what I came on here for, and I'm hoping that you guys can join me on this journey. And yeah, we just share our stories with one another and learn from one another. Learn how we cope with our illness, or learning how to break the stigma. Also learning how to just be confident in your own truth, confident in knowing that, you know, you're not your disease, but at the same time, this is something that we have, but we're so much more than just that. You know, we're beautiful just the way that we are. We're still human. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I wanted to share. So thank you guys, and I hope that you guys join me on a next video and a next podcast, and stay tuned. All right, bye.